Seema Poonawalla, and I welcome all of you in this session of yoga. What we're going to be practicing today, I'm a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist, which means that if anybody has any pain areas, that's also something that I work towards. So the session that I have designed especially for your team today is something that gives them a whole body workout, at the same time works both on strength as well as flexibility. So my request to all of you is that, please do keep your video modes on. Zoom is really helpful and facilitative that way. So if I can see you all, it will be very easy for me to tell you in case you need to correct something, So instead of doing something the wrong way, since you have the opportunity to have feedback from me, please make the most of it. Another thing is, if anybody has any serious health concern or injury, any chronic body pain areas, then please do let me know. So accordingly, I'll be able to tell you if there's something that you should not be doing or if you should be doing it differently, so we can customize it for you. The way I have planned the whole sequence is we're going to be doing a lot of movements. Since this is your first interaction with me, I like to get an idea of how, the audience is and what is their comfort level and how much I can push them out of that comfort level. So what I have designed are a lot of movements, okay? And typically we do about 10 reps of the same movement. But since a lot of you may be regular practitioners, maybe some of you are practicing it for the first time or after a long break. So do listen to your body more than you listen to me. That's always the wiser thing to do. And if there are any questions, you are free to unmute yourself and ask me. So when I say 10 reps, if after 5 or 7 reps you think this is the maximum you can push your body, please listen to your body. Okay, if there are any questions right now, otherwise the last 5 minutes we will dedicate to Q&A. But if there are any questions with respect to the session right now, I'll be happy to take them. Otherwise, we'll get started. Okay, I still don't see anybody's videos on. If you can, do keep them on. It's always a better idea. Okay, on that note, we will start with the warm-up. Everybody, please stand with your feet hip width apart, okay? As wide as your hips are, you need to keep your feet that much apart. Make sure that your feet are in a straight line, toes and heels in a straight line rather than standing in this V shape that we subconsciously do all the time. So do keep them straight, keep the back straight, and turn your neck onto any one side. The idea is to bring the chin parallel to the shoulder, so that you end up stretching the other side of the neck. Keep your knees and thighs tight, back straight. Hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale and return to center. Exhale and change. Stay here, keep breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and center. Exhale and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and center. Exhale and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and center. Exhale and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time, inhale and center, exhale and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Return to center. Now we're going to do some downward and backward movements. Typically, working on our systems for too long, we don't realize that we end up straining the neck quite a bit. So this will help you. Make sure you're standing tall and slowly turn your chin downwards. Do not bend from the shoulders or from the back. Make sure the spine is absolutely straight and you simply turn the chin down as much as your body allows and stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly straighten the face and now turn it backwards. So you look at the ceiling, take it as far back as possible while keeping the back straight and stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, slowly turn the neck downwards. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time, downwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Next thing we do is going to be for the shoulders. I'm going to be sitting down and demonstrating this, but I want you to be standing when you do this. I'm just sitting down so you can observe better. Okay, so you've got to place your thumbs on the outside rim of your shoulders and then join your elbows in the center. I will now show this to you sideways. Make sure you're standing when you do this. As you inhale, you move both elbows up so they point towards the ceiling. Slowly take them back, then downwards till they touch the sides of your chest, and then back in the center. Inhale and take them up again. Move them all the way back, then bring them down. Exhale and reunite them in the center. Okay, this is the whole range available to you. You can do a 360-degree rotation. So please make sure you do that. Go slow the way I am doing it. Full inhalation and full exhalation. Do keep a count. We have to do 10 reps of this. Inhale and take them all the way up. Make sure they point towards the ceiling before moving backwards, slowly touching the sides of your chest and then reconnecting in the center. Complete 10. I'll do a couple of them more in case you need to check again. Inhale and up, exhale and down every single time. I'm assuming everybody must be nearing completion by now of the 10 reps. Take your time, there's no hurry, do it well. Since I can't see most of you, I will just have to go with my assessment of how long it takes to complete. Now we're going to do the whole thing in the reverse fashion. Everything else remains the same. You connect the elbows to the front. This time you start from downwards. Last time we started by taking the elbows up. This time we're going to take the elbows downwards, stick them to the sides of the chest, take them fully backwards. Again, make sure they point towards the ceiling and then reconnect them in the center. You inhale and start. Bring them all the way up. Exhale and reconnect them in the center. 10 of these again. Keep the spine tall. Make sure you're standing while you do this. I'm demonstrating so I can be close to the camera. That's why I'm sitting. Okay, so complete 10. Again, use the entire range. Jobin sir, you're doing exactly what you had done earlier. We have to move it in the reverse fashion now. Correct. That's the advantage when you can see somebody doing something and correct them. Okay, so if you can, do have your videos on. Complete 10, everybody. Great. Make sure every time they go all the way back behind your head and then you reconnect them in the center. That way you will be utilizing your whole 360-degree range. Great. I'll just wait for a few seconds, assuming by then everybody will be done, and then we'll move on to the next one. Make sure you're breathing deeply when you do this. Okay, Deepak sir, a slight request. I believe you're using a laptop. Just tilt the camera a little upwards. So right now I can't see you above the shoulders. If you just tilt that, yeah, that's far better. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on to the next one, everybody. We're doing some waist twist next. For this, we need to stand with our feet apart, about 2.5 feet apart. is how you will stand. Make sure your feet are absolutely straight. Toes and heels in a straight line, not facing outwards. Absolutely straight. That way your ankles also get involved. Ankles are one of the most neglected body parts when it comes to exercising. So make sure you engage them. Keep your knees and your thighs tight and watch once and then do it. Okay, we're going to keep our hands at shoulder level. Take a nice deep breath. And on exhalation, everybody will twist to one side with the waist. Okay, this is a waist twist that we are doing. So we have to rotate from the waist. The arms will move only because the waist is moving. The arms will not move on their own. They will stay where they are. They will only rotate with the waist. Look at the hand which is behind. Okay, the palm which is behind, that's where you look. And you make sure that your knee does not bend. It will rotate a little, but do not allow it to bend. We'll stay here for 5 seconds. Inhale and return to center. Exhale and repeat on the other side. And we will do this 5 times each side. So a total of 10. And we will hold there for 5 seconds. I shall be counting that for you. The holding will always be done in normal. Okay, so everybody stand with your feet apart, about 2.5 feet apart like mine. Make sure your toes and heels are in a straight line. Engage the ankles, the knees and the thighs. Contract those muscles, tighten them. And now spread out your hands at shoulder level. Lengthen your arms also. Don't just keep them up. Make sure you engage them well. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, you turn towards your left. Look at your left palm, everyone. Keep the knees tight and stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and return to center. Exhale and twist to your right now. And stay there for normal breathing, 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and center. Exhale and change. Lovely. Stay there. Keep the knees tight. 1, 2. Squeeze the waist. 3, 4, 5. Inhale and center. Exhale and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and center. 3 more reps to go each side. Exhale and change. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale and center. Exhale and change. Squeeze the waist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and center. Exhale and change. Very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and center. Exhale and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time each side. Inhale and center. Exhale and change. Make sure your palms are facing the floor. 1, 2, thank you. 3, 4, 5. Inhale and center. Last time on the other side. Exhale and change. Normal breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and relax. Return to center as you inhale. Exhale and bring your hands down and relax. Thank you. Now let's do the next one. This is for the knees, and this is something that you can easily do within a minute or so while you're at work, because we tend to be sitting for long hours and then our legs don't really get the movement that they need. Okay, so watch this one. It involves a bit of a balance. So if you want, you can place one arm on the wall or on some surface if you want to focus better rather than, struggle to balance. It's not much of a struggle. Just watch and then decide for yourself. Otherwise, you keep both your hands on the waist. Stay focused, okay? Keep your gaze fixed at one point. That is a sure shot way of balancing well. Now we're going to be bending one knee. Bring it at right angle. Then straighten it right here. Again, bend it at right angle and take it down. Okay, couple of things that a lot of people get wrong here is, one, they fold the leg like this. Do not fold it like this. Keep it like this at the right angle. Flex the foot. Instead of keeping the foot like this, point the toes towards the floor. Stay focused because it involves balance. Keep the other knee tight. And then straighten the leg straight here. Instead of doing this, it's okay to take the leg a little lower and straighten it. If this is what is happening to your body, take the foot a little downwards and then straighten it. If you can straighten it at the right angle itself, nothing like it. Again, bend it, take it down. So we're going to be doing this 5 times each side. I shall count that for you and also direct. This is how I will direct. Bend, stretch, bend, down, change, bend, stretch, bend, down. We'll just do this 5 times each side and then move on to the next one. Okay? So you can keep both hands on the waist, look in the front, stay focused. Okay? Preferably not at the screen, look at some immobile point. Start with your left leg, bend it at 90 degrees, bend, stretch, bend, and slowly land it on the floor. And now change. Start with the right. Bend, stretch, bend, down. Change again. Left leg, bend, stretch, bend, down. Right, bend, stretch, bend, down. Left, bend, stretch, bend, down. Right, bend, stretch, point the toes towards the floor, bend and down. Change again, 2 more to go. Left, bend, stretch, bend, down. Right, bend, stretch, bend, down. Left, bend, stretch, bend, down. Right, bend, stretch, bend, down, and relax. And now we all going to be sitting down and performing a few movements there. So I am going to reposition my camera this way. This will help me watch you. This will help you watch me completely. And if you can also rearrange your devices this way, for those of you who have videos on, thank you. Others, please do put them on. The movements are going to get a little more complex from here on. So if you can have them on, nothing like it. Okay? And I will demonstrate the first one to you. Watch carefully and then do it. Some people are comfortable with a little extra cushioning under the knees. Okay, I am one of those people. So I am using this. Not that what we're going to do is going to hurt your knee anyway. But if you are one of those people and you want some extra cushioning, go ahead and use something. Okay, I'm just going to change the angle a little bit for the demonstration. That will help you watch and perform better. Alright, so what we are going to be doing right now is for the sides, okay? It involves your legs, it involves your obliques especially, because the sides are one of, again, the most neglected parts of the body. The way we're going to do this, we're going to be closer towards one end of the mat, not completely on the mat end, but as you can see, but somewhere close towards one side in kneel down position. Okay, the toes are going to be standing. And here I'm going to open up one leg like this, all right, in such a way that the toes point towards the ceiling. It's very important that your foot is on the heel and the toes point towards the ceiling. Couple of things to get this right is you have to open this leg in line with the hip. So your foot and your hip should be in a straight line. Instead of being ahead or instead of being backwards, it has to be in line with the hip. Another important thing is don't get this angle wrong. Okay? Make sure that you are neither this way with the hip jutting out on one side, nor is it this way. It has to be straight in the manner that your whole body, this side where the leg is closed, is in a straight line perpendicular to the floor. Okay, and then we start with our movements. My left leg is open on the side, so I'm going to be keeping my left hand behind the thigh. This leg will stay behind this leg all throughout. This hand will just stay behind this leg, back straight. I'm going to stretch the other palm. Inhale and take this up. As I exhale, I will slide this palm down towards the foot and look up at the ceiling. Okay, and then I'm going to slowly inhale. This other hand goes down, fingertips on the floor, and I'm going to stretch this way while keeping this foot pulled in all along. Okay, so it has to be done with deep breathing. Inhale and up, exhale and down. No holding. Inhale and up, exhale and down. Do it at this pace so that you're aware of the breath. When you do this side, make sure this arm is fully stretched, pointing towards the floor, and this whole side gets stretched. Keep the foot pulled in. Inhale and up, exhale and down. We're going to do this 10 times each side. Okay, so first we will do this with the left leg open, and then we're going to repeat it with the other side. All right, let's get this started. Make sure you're in a kneel down position first. If you need cushioning under the knee, go ahead and get it. Open up one leg on the side. Keep the foot pulled in so your toes point upwards towards the ceiling and your heel is rooted into the floor. Whichever leg you've opened up on the side, place that palm behind that thigh. Okay, make sure your body is straight. Good to see those who are doing it with the videos on. I can see them. Jobin sir, if you could just tilt the camera a little bit. I can't see your lower body right now. So that will be very helpful. Okay, the others. Deepak sir, your right hand goes behind the right thigh. Yes, okay. The other hand, inhale and take it up, everyone. And stretch yourself tall. Now exhale and start bending. Slide the hand behind the thigh. Take it closer towards the foot. Look up at the ceiling. Engage the core. Now inhale and come up. Move both hands. And change over. Go on to the other side. One hand goes down on the floor. The other hand sticks to the face. Stretch the whole body. Again, inhale and come up. Exhale and change. Keep going. We're going to be doing this 10 times. And with every rep, your range, your flexibility will get better. Please count for yourselves. Inhale and up. Exhale and change. There's no need to stay in that position. You need to keep shifting while breathing deeply. Good. Jobin sir, toes have to point towards the ceiling, heel on the floor. Toes, the foot has to be standing. Correct. And keep going. 10 times each side. Great. Make sure you sync it with the breath. Inhale and move up. Exhale and move down. After a few reps, you'll feel the improvement in your range. It will become easier. You'll be able to bend more easily. The stretch will be far more better. Inhale and up. Exhale and change. Very nice. Keep going. Lovely. Make sure you're stretching well on both sides. Wonderful. Complete 10. It takes a little time for the body to understand what is exactly expected of it. And then it just is a smooth ride from there on.
The body definitely wasn't expecting this at 7 in the morning.
Maybe it's time for some new habits to be inculcated.
Yeah, this
Okay.
53-year-old body in Seattle is hurting.
Okay, 10 on each side, everyone. Get done. And then we have to do exactly the same thing on the other side as well. Okay, so whichever leg you had opened up this time, it's time for the next leg after that. So complete this and move on. Great. Keep changing. Make sure you sync it with the breath. Keep one hand behind the leg at all times and keep sliding it down when you bend on the side. Inhale and come up and exhale and change. Wonderful. 10 on each side. Please do count for yourselves and make sure you're breathing right. Okay, the deeper your breath, the better it is. You're stretching the body so much, the more you can oxygenate it, the more you benefit. Come on, 10 on each side, and then we'll move on to the next one. Great. Once everybody's done, we'll move on to the next one.
Jubin, I'll be taking a day off, I think.
You'll pretty much feel very energized towards the end when we culminate in Shavasana. So Shavasana is like that magical pill that heals everything, and everything is forgiven and forgotten after Shavasana. On each side. Great. Complete 10 and then you may relax. We'll take a short breather and then I'll demonstrate the next one. Okay, so I'll just tell you how to relax once you're done with this. Keep your legs straight and just move them up and down. Okay, and now let's get started for the next one. I'll demonstrate and then we'll go ahead and do it together. This is also a movement and we're going to be combining two poses now. Okay, so there's a method behind the sequence. We've worked upon the sides pretty well. We've pretty much activated the whole body and now we can take it a notch higher. So we're going to be doing something that's going to build your upper body strength, and it's also going to work beautifully on your back and on your legs. Alright, so the first thing that we need to do here is to sit with our legs straight like this. This is called the Dandasana or the staff pose, with the feet pulled inwards. Okay, they're not just inactive, you have to pull them inwards. The moment you pull the feet in, your whole legs, starting from the ankles up to your hips, they get activated. You can feel the difference when you do this. Alright, now the two poses that we're going to be doing together are called Purvottanasana and Paschimottanasana. Purvottanasana is the reverse plank pose. So this is how a yogic plank looks. The high plank that usually in different forms it is referred to. We're going to be doing the reverse plank pose. So exactly the other way around, and you have to get the distance between your hip and the arms right to be able to do it right. So to get that right, what we will do is we will just drop the arm down where it naturally ends, the elbow. Okay, making sure that the shoulder and elbow is in a straight line, and wherever your elbows are, that's exactly where you place your palms. This is the right distance between your hips and the arms that you need for Purvottanasana. Now just watch it once. I'm going to take a nice deep breath. And with an exhalation, I'm going to lift the hips up. Turn the toes towards the floor. Okay, look at the feet. I am pushing the toes towards the floor, squeezing the hips, dropping the neck back. This is the reverse plank pose. We're not going to hold, we're only going to do the pose, then settle down. Then inhale, take both hands up. Exhale and go forward into the Paschimottanasana. It is okay if your hands do not reach your legs. Okay, what you need to work on is lengthening the spine. Okay, you can just stretch your arms wherever they reach. Again, inhale and come back. Land your palms again approximately on the same area, because every time you're not going to be going down and checking. Again, lift yourself up. Slowly go down. Again, inhale and take your arms up. Exhale and go down. Inhale and up. Okay, in the Purvottanasana, your fingertips have to point towards your feet. The hands are not like this. Please note that. The hands are like this. Exhale and up. Slowly down. Inhale and up. Exhale and down. Just pause for a second in either of the poses so that you understand how it is working, and then you keep shifting. We're going to be doing 10 of these. Okay, so first sit with your legs straight and then land your elbows naturally wherever they land. You land them on the floor. Exactly where your elbows are is where your palms need to be placed. Okay, fingertips have to point towards the feet. Keep your feet joined. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale and lift your hip up. Turn the feet towards the floor. Drop the head back. Squeeze the hips, push up. Now slowly land. Inhale and take your arms up. Exhale and bend forward, moving your palms towards your feet. It's okay if they can't touch. Again, inhale and take the arms up. Again, land them on the floor. Go back to Purvottanasana or the reverse plank pose. Exhale as you lift yourselves up. Drop the head back, squeeze the hips, keep pushing the body upwards. Wonderful, Deepak sir. Land on the floor again. Inhale and take the arms up. Exhale and bend forward into Paschimottanasana. Beautiful. Again, inhale and take the arms up. I'm counting, keep going. Okay, there are 2 gentlemen who've been kind enough to keep their videos on. So I'm watching them and counting. Inhale and, yes, very good. Push up in Purvottanasana. Lovely. Go back. Inhale and take the arms up. Exhale and go forward into Paschimottanasana. Wonderful. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and push up into Purvottanasana or reverse plank pose. Beautiful. Again, land slowly on the floor. Inhale and arms up. Exhale and go into Paschimottanasana. Keep going. I'm counting. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and lift yourselves into reverse plank pose. Beautiful. Slowly land. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and go into Paschimottanasana. Last 5 to go. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and push up into Purvottanasana. Slowly settle down again. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and go into Paschimottanasana. Lovely. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and go into Purvottanasana. Squeeze the hips up, drop the neck. Slowly down. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and go into Paschimottanasana. It's better than when you started. Last 3. Inhale and up. Exhale and push your hips up into Purvottanasana. Slowly land. Again, inhale and hands up. Exhale and go into Paschimottanasana. Last 2. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and push up into the reverse plank pose. Slowly settle down. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and go into Paschimottanasana. Last rep. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and push up into Purvottanasana. Drop the head. Wonderful. Sit down. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and go into Paschimottanasana. Lovely. Inhale and hands up. Exhale and relax. Again, just move your legs up and down. Relax your knees a little bit. And I'm going to show you the child pose to relax the back. Okay, so for the child pose, you sit like this into Vajrasana. You can keep your knees wider if that allows. And then you sprawl your spine forward. Okay, the idea is to keep your hip on the heels rather than lifting the hips and touching the head on the floor. Touching the head is inconsequential. What matters is that your hips stay close to the heels and you're able to spread out your whole body in the front. After that, if your head touches the floor, great. If it doesn't, it's okay. That's work in progress. Stay here for a good 10 to 15 seconds. Allow your spine to relax. Slowly move the palms back near the legs and lift yourselves off. Okay? Great. Now look at the next one. This is going to be our last Kriya for the day. Okay? Kriyas are movements, asanas are poses. Poses are to be held. They are static. Kriyas, as I said, are moving. And if you're short of time and you want to get some workout done, Kriyas work out really well. Okay? So for the last one for the day, I will just arrange this in such a way that you can see it nicely and completely. Yes. For this, we are going to be lying down and we again going to combine two poses together. These two poses are part of the Surya Namaskar as well. The Cobra pose and the mountain pose. Okay, it's called the Bhujangasana and the Parvatasana. To get started, we're going to be lying down first. Face down. Face down, you have to make sure that you keep your palms next to your chest. Okay, always keep the fingers spread out. That always helps in giving you a good grip and it works better on the pressure points on the palms as well. Okay, you keep your feet also flat on the floor. So it's always a good idea to stretch your foot, lift your leg a little bit, stretch your whole leg and activate the whole leg so that you can make sure every muscle of the body participates when you're doing this. Okay, so palms spread out next to the chest, feet nicely spread out. If you can't keep the feet together, keep them about hip width apart, not wider than that. Okay, we're going to come up with an inhalation. Inhale and come up. The elbows will be slightly bent when you start. Okay, there on the elbows will be straighter. Look in the front. Push the chest out. Then take the toes in. This you have to do only in the first rep. Lift the hip up and go into what is known as the mountain pose. In mountain pose, you have to push the shoulders back. Keep pushing the shoulders backwards, keep the knees tight, push the heels towards the floor. Okay, some of you may not be able to straighten your back in this pose, which is understandable. What you can do is bend the knees a little. Okay, so some people have a round back in this pose. To straighten that, you bend the knees a little and you push the shoulders back to correct that. Okay, for those who can get it straight, do stay there. From here, we will again come into the Bhujangasana, but now the legs, the knees and thighs stay off the floor, no touching them. Okay, so I'm going to start all over again. I've shown you how to start it. Now I'll show you how to keep transitioning. We're going to do only 5 of these. The palms will stay next to the chest, elbows stuck to the body. Okay, stretch your feet nicely. If you can keep them together, do keep them together. Otherwise, keep them hip width apart. Inhale and come up into Bhujang, elbows slightly bent. Then tuck the toes in, lift the hip, push yourselves into the mountain pose. Now from here on, the transition begins. We're adding a strengthening element, so we're going to hold each pose for 5 seconds. From here, we come back to Bhujang, elbows are straight, legs are off the floor. So you're balancing on your palms and your toes. Look up. We'll stay here for 5 seconds. To transition, lift the hip up, point the hip towards the ceiling, push the heels down, keep the knees tight, push the shoulders backwards. 5 seconds normal breathing. Again, we lift the heels, transition into the Bhujangasana. 5 seconds, lift the hips, transition into the mountain pose. From mountain to Bhujang, you lift the heels and you transition. From Bhujang to mountain, you lift the hips and you transition. Okay, 5 seconds, 5 reps each side. Then you land your knees on the floor and you rest in child pose like earlier. This is the last Kriya, like I said. Okay, and then we'll get into Shavasana or the cool down. Come on, everyone. Lie down, face down. Make sure your feet are on the mat because you're going to be balancing on your toes. So your toes should have the cushioning they require. Do not keep them on the floor. All right. Keep your palms, keep your fingers spread out and place your palms exactly next to your chest. Keep your elbows stuck to the body. Lift one leg up at a time, stretch it completely and flatten the toes on the floor. Your toenails should be touching the floor. You will need to keep them in standing pose later. Right now, keep them flat on the floor. Okay, now as you inhale, straighten your arms. Just keep them a little bent at the elbows, but straighten them otherwise and come up in the cobra pose. The Bhujangasana, inhale and come up, lovely. Look in the front, extend the chest. Now use your toes to transition into the mountain pose. Lift the hip up, beautiful. Okay, push the heels down, push the shoulders backwards. Now from here, come back into the Bhujangasana. This time your knees will stay off the floor, no touching the floor. Look in the front. Cobra pose, it should look like a snake, okay? 5 seconds. Now go back to mountain pose. Lift the hips, transition into mountain pose. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to cobra pose. Squeeze the hips, keep the arms strong. No touching the thighs on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back to mountain pose. Push back from the shoulders, keep the knees strong. Stretch the calves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to cobra pose. Stay there for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back to mountain pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back to cobra. Keep the elbows and knees strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift your hips, go back to mountain. Second last rep, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to cobra pose or Bhujangasana. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time, go into the mountain pose. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Gently place your knees on the floor and rest in the child pose. Make sure your toes are flattened on the floor, toenails touching the floor. Hips as close to the heels as your body allows. Spread out your hands in such a way that right from your fingertips up to your tailbone and hips, you can feel a beautiful stretch of the spine. This is a restorative pose. So anytime if you have long hours and your back hasn't had a breather, you can rest in the child pose. It will energize you. It will soothe you, literally. Okay, slowly come up and we're going to start with the Shavasana. So please lie down. Lie down comfortably. In case anybody is wearing specs, please keep them aside during Shavasana. You have to lie down and just cool down the body. I will keep instructing. Lie down, keep your eyes closed and just follow my instructions. This is the cool down bit and we're going to make sure that the body is completely relaxed at the end of it. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, nicely in a relaxed position. Make sure your palms face upwards, face the ceiling, and just let the whole body loose. Focus on your breath. In Shavasana, we're going to relax the entire body, one body part at a time. So starting with your legs, focus on your toes, on the soles of your feet, on your heels and your ankles. Relax all these body parts completely. Slowly move up towards your calves. If you feel any tightening there, do let them loose. Similarly, relax your knees and your thighs as well. Be aware of how calm and light your legs feel at the moment. Focus on your hips and your pelvic area. Loosen them up completely. Draw attention towards the navel. The navel is the center point of your body. The navel is where lakhs of nerves running through your body come together. Relax your navel entirely to make sure that each and every nerve of your body calms down. Focus on your lower back. If you feel any tightness in the lower back, surrender it towards the ground. Release any cramped muscles that you may become aware of. Totally let go of all tension that you may have felt in your lower back. Slowly relax your entire abs, the middle back, and the chest as well. No tightness, no fatigue anywhere. Just feel light as a feather. Relax your shoulders, your arms, elbows, wrists, and palms completely. No movement, just make them still. Draw your attention towards your neck. Relax your neck area completely. And even as your eyes remain closed, draw attention towards your face now. Be aware of your forehead. If you feel any tightness there, if you feel your eyebrows are scrunched, relax them. Even without touching or moving your forehead, make sure you iron out all the creases there. Relax your eyebrows. Make sure your eyelids are gently closed rather than being tightly pressed. Release all the tension you feel in your face. Relax your mouth. The lips should be lightly touching one another rather than clenching. Relax your teeth, your tongue, and your jawline completely. Be aware and present in this moment. Focus on your nostrils and be aware of how your breath is entering into the body. Do not try to change or control the breath. Just gain awareness of how smoothly and slowly your breath is entering into your body through the nostrils and exiting very calmly. Every breath that you take is energizing you, nourishing your body and your mind. With every exhalation, your breath is cleansing and purifying your body. Be aware of the flow of breath, this vital life force within you. Now slowly draw your attention between your eyebrows. This is where the third eye is located. Simply focus on this area and be aware of how light and energized and rejuvenated your whole body feels right from this third eye up to your toes. Any tension, any stress that you may have felt before this has left the body, and all you feel is healthy and calm. Just stay in this moment for a few seconds. To return to your previous state, take a nice and deep breath. Feel your belly rising as you inhale. Now slowly exhale and feel your navel sinking in as you let the breath out. Once again, take a nice and deep breath. Fill yourselves up with oxygen. As you exhale, allow the belly to drop. One last time, take a nice and deep breath and gently exhale. Now slowly move your fingertips a little bit as if you're coming back to life from Shavasana. Join your palms together and rub them to generate warmth. Okay, briskly rub them. Generate warmth and cover your closed eyes with your palms. Allow this warmth to seep into your body. Keep your eyes closed and slowly massage your face, massage your forehead, your cheeks, allow that warmth to pass on to your face. Now slowly move the palms away, gently open your eyes. Rotate your eyelids clockwise and anti-clockwise. Now take your left arm behind the head, keep it in a straight line. Your left hand, I want you to turn to your left. Okay, karvat leke, you have to turn to your left as if you're lying down on the left side of the body. And use your right hand also close to your chest. Use both your hands and sit up. This is the right way to get up. Whether you're getting off the floor or the sofa or the couch, whatever it is, this is how you should turn onto the one side, left side or right side, whatever works for you, and then sit up. Okay, so like I said, Shavasana is the nice magical pill. Everything is forgiven and forgotten after Shavasana, and I hope I have lived up to that claim. And whoever I could see, you'll have done pretty well. I don't think you'll have to take a leave today. You'll be pretty energized, nothing to worry about. If there are any questions, it's time for Q&A now. If there's anything specific that you want to get addressed with respect to your health, I'll try to answer that to the best of my ability. Anything that you would want to say, I'm all yours.
Good. I think it's a good experience.
Thank you.
But only one thing is actually like to see more videos as you mentioned actually for nowadays. So.
Yeah, sure, definitely. So do visit FitQ pages. We do have a lot of videos. We have a lot of workouts that go up every morning. You can definitely watch them and make the most of them.
Yeah.
Anything else? Does anybody have a question? Questions, feedback, anything that you want to say? We'll be very happy to hear.
It was definitely a great way to wake up. But most of the time, every morning is us waking up from the bed and just turning on our laptops.
Yeah.
This was a good change in the daily routine.
Great. That's good to know. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jamal sir. That's nice to know. And like I said, while doing it, because like you said, that's not how the body is used to waking up or working out in the mornings. While you're doing it, it may seem a very strenuous, but I'm sure right now you're feeling a good burst of energy within you.
Yeah.
So you're ready to take on the day. I'm sure that's how everybody feels. I'm sure that's how it is with you guys as well. Anything else? Anybody would want to say anything else?
Nandita, Srikanth, Anil, Beauty, Divya, Kirtana. Only few folks.
Yeah, it has been very good. I've really enjoyed my morning today.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
should have more participants. Kirtana, only 13.
Next week.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because I don't think people have got up yet.
Is it a little early? I don't know. We need to see actually why people are not.
Yeah.
Correct. To understand that, because it would be lovely if more people would benefit from this. We would be very happy to see that.
Let's see, because next session we have at 8 p.m. So that could be, suitable. Let's see how many people join us.
Yeah, people I think work late and they get up late as well.
Yeah.
So,
I see. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, thank you for joining in, whoever did. I'm glad to know that most of you liked it, and I hope you could watch me clearly and perform. And like I said, FitQ has a lot of videos by different trainers, different workouts, different body parts. Do take a look and keep practicing regularly. Okay? Have a wonderful day, all of you. This is FitQ. Yes.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. This is FitQ Guru Salima Poonawalla signing off. I hope to see you all again sometime. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Bye.